Hey mamas, and welcome back to Dear Mama. Before we start, just take a breath with me. In, out. This is a big one. Today's episode is one of the most personal and vulnerable conversations I've ever shared. We're going to talk about something that affects so many of us, but we often carry in silence: postpartum depression. If you're in it right now, if your heart feels heavy, if you're numb, if you just feel like you're not okay, listen to me carefully. You are not a bad mom. You are not failing. You are going through something very real. And I promise you, you are not alone. I suffered silently for such a long time. I didn't talk about it. Not even with my partner. Not even with my closest friends. I didn't even tell my doctor the full truth. Why? Because I was afraid. Afraid that people would think I wasn't fit to be a mother. Afraid that they would think that I didn't love my baby. Afraid that if I admitted what I was feeling, someone would step in and say I couldn't raise my own child. But more than that, I was ashamed, because everywhere I looked, Instagram, TikTok, even real life, I saw moms who were doing just fine. Smiling, glowing, taking their babies to the park, baking, organizing, breastfeeding with ease, and I was barely making it through the day. I thought something was deeply wrong with me, but I know now. There was nothing wrong with me. I was sick, and I needed help. I'm recording this because even if one mom listening right now feels a little less alone, then it's worth it. This episode is for the mama who's been crying silently in the bathroom, the one who's afraid to say, I'm not okay, the one who feels like she's drowning behind a smile. Let me take you back to the early days after I gave birth. Before I gave birth, I had this picture in my head, crafted from baby books, Instagram posts, and every feel-good movie montage I've ever seen. I imagined myself holding my baby, tears of joy streaming down my face, feeling an immediate, all-consuming love. But that's not what happened for me. What I felt instead was sadness. Confusing, suffocating sadness. I felt lost, like I'd just woken up in somebody else's life and I didn't know how to find my way back. I was disorientated, disconnected, and kept thinking, why don't I feel like a mom? There was one moment I remember so clearly. My baby was just a few days old, and I was sitting on the floor next to the bassinet. He was sleeping, everything was quiet, and I just started crying. Not a soft cry, a full, heaving sob. I cried because I didn't know what I was doing. I cried because I didn't feel that magical mum bond I'd heard so much about. I cried because I was scared that I had made a huge mistake. I thought, what did I do? Why am I not happy? Am I broken? And I had that thought that still makes my stomach turn even now. Maybe my baby would be better off with someone else. I want to pause here, because I know how terrifying it is to feel that way. And I know that for so many of you, those exact thoughts have crept into your mind too. It doesn't mean that you don't love your child, and it doesn't mean that you're not meant to be a mother. It means you're struggling and you need support, not shame. Let's talk about social media. In early days, I would scroll TikTok during late night feedings, and everyone else's life looked manageable. Moms were filming day in the life videos with clean kitchens, perfect lighting, smiling babies, homemade meals. I'd see them waking up with energy, wearing makeup, packing cute diaper bags, making bento lunches, and there I was, in a milk-stained t-shirt, my braids looking horrible and matted, holding a screaming baby who hadn't slept in 36 hours. Dishes in the sink, clothes on the floor, empty bottles I hadn't washed, and a heart that felt so empty. That comparison game is deadly. I started to believe everyone else had it figured out but me. Like they had got a secret manual and I'd missed the memo. And now I understand that social media is a highlight reel. It's not real life. No one posts the 3 a.m. breakdowns. No one records the panic attacks in the bathroom or the silence that comes when you're too overwhelmed to speak. Until one night, I did. That night, I was done. I had cried all day and my baby wouldn't stop screaming. My body ached and my mind felt like it was unraveling itself. I picked up my phone, I opened TikTok, and I hit record. I didn't plan what to say. I didn't even think it through. I just cried. I whispered, Motherhood is really, really hard, and I don't feel like myself anymore, and I'm not okay. And then I posted it. Not because I wanted attention, not because I thought it would go viral. I didn't care if I got one view. I just needed to feel like someone, anyone, might understand. And they did. The video blew up. And sure, there was some nasty comments. Some people told me I was ungrateful, that I didn't deserve to be a mom, that I should just get over it. Even people I knew in real life had something to say. But then the messages came in like a flood. Mums, hundreds of them, saying, "Me too. I thought I was the only one. I've never told anyone, but I feel like that too. I'm crying watching this because I finally feel seen." Reading those messages changed everything. It cracked the shame wide open. Suddenly, I wasn't invisible, and neither were they. I want to pause for a second and talk about the thoughts we don't say out loud. The quiet, painful inner monologue that plays on repeat when you're in the thick of postpartum depression. Here are some of the things I thought over and over again. I love my baby, but I don't feel connected to them. What's wrong with me? I miss my old life. Is that a terrible thing to admit? I should be grateful. So why am I so sad? I'm not strong enough for this. If I say how I really feel, will somebody take my baby away? Everyone else seems so fine, so happy. Why can't I be? I wanted this baby more than anything, so why don't I feel joyful? Those thoughts, unspoken and relentless, can feel like they're eating you alive. And when no one is around you saying them out loud, you start to believe you're the only one thinking them. But here's what I want to say to you. If you've ever thought any of these things, you are not broken. You are not a bad mom. You are not ungrateful. You are human, and you are carrying something heavier than anyone else can see. The weight of motherhood, especially when shadowed by depression or anxiety, can make you feel like you're crumbling inside even while you're functioning on the outside. Sometimes I would hold my baby and smile while my heart screamed inside of me. Sometimes I'd say, "I'm fine," with tears burning the backs of my eyes. Sometimes I would go an entire day without speaking to anyone, not because I didn't want to, but because I couldn't find the words. It is just so. But I promise you, your inner voice is not proof of failure. It's proof of your humanity. There's this picture of the ideal mother we're constantly bombarded with. The one who is always glowing, patient, joyful, and fulfilled. But what if you don't feel that way? What if instead you feel resentful, overwhelmed, hollow? That doesn't make you a bad mother. That makes you an honest one. The shame thrives in silence. It feeds on our unwillingness to speak up and our fear of being judged. But when we bring that shame into the light, it starts to lose its power. I remember the first time someone said, "Thank you for being real." That moment broke something open in me. Because when you realize that your truth gives somebody else permission to speak theirs, you start to see how healing vulnerability can be. Shame says, "Don't tell anyone." But the truth says, you are not the only one. Healing says, "You're worthy of love, even here, even now." If no one has told you this today, I am so proud of you for listening, for waking up, for showing up for yourself and your baby, even on the days you feel like you're failing. I want to talk to you about God for a moment. In those darkest days, I didn't always feel Him. I didn't always feel comforted. In fact, often I felt alone. But even when I couldn't pray full sentences, I whispered His name. There is one verse I clung on to with everything that I had. Psalm 34:18. "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." I would sit in my bed holding my baby, whispering, "Be close, God. Please be close." There were moments when the only prayer I had was, "Help me." Moments when I said, "God, I don't feel you, but I'm still holding on." And little by little, I began to feel strength return to me. Not because I was strong, but because of His strength was holding me together. His love isn't reserved for the moms who get it all right. His grace is for the messy, the exhausted, the overwhelmed, the ones sobbing in the bathroom at 2 a.m. If that's you, I want you to know that You are not too far gone. You do not have to be perfect to be loved. You are already enough. I want to share some of the things I did that helped begin to heal me. It didn't fix everything overnight, but these were small steps towards light. Leaning on my village, letting people help me even when I felt guilty for needing it. Being honest with my partner. When I finally told him the truth, he didn't judge me, he held me through it. Little moments of self-care, a hot shower, a solo walk, or just sitting outside in silence. Just 5 minutes could help me reset. Letting go of perfection. I unfollowed moms who made me feel inferior, and I started following people who were raw, honest, and messy, just like me. Journaling. Letting my thoughts out of my head and onto paper helped me untangle the storm. Finding community. Even just a few DMs or online messages from other moms reminded me that I wasn't alone. And talking to God. I started praying again, not polished prayers, but real ones. Help me, hold me, don't leave me. Healing looked differently every single day. Some days I took leaps, other days just breathing felt like a big win. But every single baby step added up. If you're wondering how to begin your healing, it doesn't have to be a big leap. Start small. Tell one person the truth. Take one shower. Write one honest sentence in a journal. Let someone make you dinner without apologizing. Mama, if you've heard yourself in any part of this episode, please know this. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not a bad mom. Postpartum depression doesn't define you. It's not your identity. It's not something you walk through, and you don't have to walk through alone. If this episode touched your heart, please share it with another mama who needs to hear these words. Let's break the silence together. Let's be the voice we wish we had when we were in the thick of it. And if you feel safe and ready to, I'd love to hear your story. Send me a message. My inbox is always open. No judgment, just connection. Until next time, remember, your pain is valid. Your story matters. And you, dear mama, are enough.